Hi everyone. My name is Ruben Dhanraj. I'm 35 years old. My qualification is an MA in English. I have also done my B.Ed in English and History. Not only that, I've also completed my TEFL's certification. I have an experience of 11 years in teaching only ICSE syllabus. My first experience was in Sri Chaitanya Techno School, which was for 5 years. I worked there as an HOD in the English department. And later, after completing 5 years, I joined to a school called Vishwajyoti International Public School. Even there, I worked as an assistant teacher. Later, I worked as an HOD. Working as an HOD has given me a lot of experience. Not only an experience, it also gave me an experience to improve my writing skills. Not only that, to improve even my communication skills also. Now, coming to the part is that my hobbies. I love reading novels, which have been written by Indian authors and American authors. And most important is that I love writing poems. Poems is my favorite hobby. I love writing poems, poetry a lot. So this is something about me. Now, what motivated me to become a teacher? What motivated me is my teachers, to be honest. I'll tell you why. Because in my days, there were no teachers who were very motivating. Only thing is that harsh harsh manners were always there. But what motivated me is that in my mind, like, I don't want to become like that. I just want to be the best teachers so that I could motivate my students. In those days, they would give very much importance to toppers. So the backbenchers or the people who are very slow in their subjects were not given more importance at all. So always encouragement was being done only for toppers. But I just wanted to change it when I become a teacher, to say seriously, I'm being very honest to all. So when I joined as a teacher, the first thing is that I give more importance for slow learners. I give more importance for backbenchers. I give more importance for the child who doesn't have any kind of a background. Of course, toppers, I have encouraged them. I have never demotivated them in any kind of scenario, but I've encouraged them. But more than that, I've encouraged everyone. See, when you are a teacher, you need to get inspired by a teacher. That is what my motive is always. And that what has happened is that teaching is just not only a passion, it should be life itself. That is what my motto is. Okay. Okay. Today, my topic would be past simple, that is in regular verbs. Okay. So now, what is past simple? Let's let's know something about it. See, we use the past simple is to talk about things what had happened in the past. Now, for example, it could be yesterday, it could be last week, it could be last month, last year, a year ago. Okay, that is the day before or the week before, or whatever happened in the year 2021. Okay, now, but my topic is related to past simple, that is regular verbs, especially when it comes to pronunciation, especially when the letters ed is being added at the end. Now let us go into an activity right now. I just want to know an activity. Most of us simple. It is a basic thing. It is a most simple thing. Okay. Now I just want to ask you, how many alphabets are there in English? Okay. You might say that there are 26 alphabets. Okay, thank you so much. Or people might say that you might be counting the letters, that is A, L, P, H, A, B, E, T, S. There are how many alphabets are there? Fine. You might say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. Sir, 9 alphabets are there. But I would say it's wrong. There is no word called alphabets. There is only word called alphabet. Now, if I ask you, how many alphabet are there in English? You might say, sir, there are 26 alphabet are there in English. Of course, but you're still wrong. There is no 26 alphabet. There are no 26 alphabet. Only one alphabet. Means alphabet means it is nothing but a set of letters. That is from A to Z is called as alphabet. Okay. Now, in alphabet, there are letters. So now when I ask you how many letters are there are 26 letters are there in English. Okay. How many letters are there? 26 letters are there in English. So this is about. Now, take an example. Letters are being 26. They are being divided into two types. One is vowels and the other one is consonants. And how many vowels are there? There are 5 vowels. That is A, E, I, O, U. Okay. How many consonants are there? There are 21 consonants. And what are they? B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. So they are consonants. Now, how many sounds are there in English? Of course, there are 44 sounds in English. But remember, they are also been divided into two types. One is vowel sound and one is consonant sounds. So how many vowel sounds are there? There are 20 vowel sounds are there. How many consonant sounds are there? There are 24 consonant sounds are there. Now, you can see on the screen, there is a spelling. Let's have an activity right now. Now, this spelling, I want you to pronounce the word. When you look at the word, I want you to pronounce it. Now, I'll just spell the word. It is G-H-O-T-I. Okay, G-H-O-T-I. Okay, some of you might pronounce it as Gooty. Some of you might pronounce it as Gotti. Some of you might pronounce it as Gotti. Or some of you pronounce it as Jyoti also. Okay, fine. But if I pronounce it, it would be called as fish. Okay. Now you all might be thinking how it is called as fish. Now fish is, let me talk about how it can be pronounced as fish. Now, can you see the word there? Laugh. Okay. L-A-U-G-H. Laugh. C-O-U-G-H is cough. Now just imagine the last two words, that is GH, is pronounced as what? F. How it is pronounced as? F. Now I'll f as in f. F. Okay, as fish. Okay, f. Okay. Now let's take another word right now. Like sometimes how O is pronounced as E. Now let's take an example here. There is an example here. W-O-M-A-N is pronounced as woman. How do you pronounce it as? Woman. Now W-O-M-E-N is pronounced as women. How do you pronounce it as? Women. Now O is pronounced as E. Now fee. Now O is pronounced as E. So E. Okay. F-I-E. Fee. Okay. Now let's take S-T-I as pronounced as sh. Okay. How it is T-I pronounced as sh. Now can you see the word there? Station. S-T-A-T-I-O-N. Station. T-I is pronounced as what? Sh. How it's pronounced? Sh. Sh. Station. Okay. Now G-H-O-T-I is pronounced as fish. And F-I-S-H is also pronounced as fish. Now, you might be asking, sir, this couldn't be, it's nowhere in English. No. It's just a practical thing. A famous writer called George Bernard Shaw, you might be knowing about him. George Bernard Shaw, the one who had written a famous play called Arms and the Man. Okay, Arms and the Man. Okay, so he wanted to simplify how English can be pronounced. By taking the help of G-H-O-T-I, he made a classification saying that it could be pronounced as fish. Okay, So this is about a little activity, guys. So now coming to the part right now, this is, you could see here, it's a phonetic chart. Okay, this is a phonetic chart where you could see how many vowel sounds are here. You remember there are 20 vowel sounds, and how many consonant sounds are here. Okay, how many consonant sounds? 24. But our main concentration is where, especially on how to pronounce the ed word at the end of the spelling. See, the pronunciation of the words ending in ed depends on the final sound of a word. But remember, there are three ways. How many ways? Three ways. Now you could see the first one. Now see you could see the slant lines, right? They're called as transcription. Okay, they're called as what? Transcription. This mid part of the transcription, it is not a letter, it is a symbol. What it is? It is a pronunciation symbol, guys. Now that is t, t. Okay, now when I pronounce the word, it is not jumped, it is jumped, it is jumped. Okay, now you can see the second sound there. This is e plus d, id, id. Now can you see there? Started. It is not started. It is started. It is started. Okay. The third form. This is d, d, cared. How do you pronounce it as? Cared. Okay. Now you could see here the t sound is here. There is a particular rule for that. See, t, the verb ending in voiceless sound. See, remember that the verb ending with a voiceless sound. Now, what is mean by voiceless, guys? See, guys, there are some sounds which are voiceless. That means the air passes very smoothly from your windpipe. Okay, there is, like, for example, you could see some sounds here. Like, for example, please take your palm, touch your throat over here, and pronounce the word k, k, p, f, t, s, sh, ch, th. Okay, these sounds are voiceless. That means you don't feel any vibration sound. You don't need to use a lot of energy into it. So when these sounds are there, when you find the end of the word, now for example, touched. Now for example, it is touched, touched. Okay. Now remember the ending. Now for example, touch. How do you sound it? Touch. The ch sound is a voiceless sound. See, touch, ch, touch. So when you sound the end of a word, when you sound a verb which ends voiceless, so at that point of time, the sound ends with t. Now, here are some examples for y'all. Okay. Now, for example, work plus ed. How do you sound it as? Worked. How do you sound it as? Worked. Now here you can find some target sound to practice for y'all. Okay. Now, for example, how do you pronounce it? Please repeat after me. I'll sound it very slow to y'all. Pushed, laughed, liked, dressed, clapped. Now you cannot say pushed, laughed, liked, dressed, clapped. No, you don't do that. Okay. So you just sound slowly. Pushed, laughed, liked, dressed, clapped. Okay. So this is how you sound when the verb ending in a voiceless sound. Now let's take another example, another second rule right now. Now, when a verb ending in t or d. Now take an example. You could see an example, two examples are here. Okay. Now you could see two examples here. Now, for example, Wait plus ed. It is waited. Okay, waited. Now, for example, you can see here wait. Can you see there wait? So what does the rule says? Verb ending in t or d. Now wait plus ed. It is waited. How do you sound it as? Waited. When a word ends with d, land, ed plus ed, it is landed. How do you sound it as? Landed. Okay. So here are some target sound practice. Tasted, decided, waited, landed. So this is how ed is pronounced. Okay. Now id. How do you pronounce it as? Id. So remember, verb ending in t or d. The sound ends with id. Waited, landed, tasted, wanted. Okay, in that way. Okay. Now, verbs ending in voiced sound. Okay, verbs ending with what? In voiced sound. Remember that. Okay. Okay, guys. Now let's take some new. I hope that you all are looking at the chat right now. Okay. Now what a voiced sound? You could see there is a voice sound over here. Now I'll sound it here. Just remember, just keep your palm over here. Okay. And just say g. You can see the vibration. B. Okay. B. Yeah. Yeah. V. Z. R. L. M. N. V. And most of the vowel sounds are voiced. For example, E, oo, ah. They're all voiced sound. Okay. Now you could see here are some rules. See, the verb ending with a voice sound. Hug. Okay. It is plus gged. Hugged. How do you pronounce it as? Hugged. Okay. Use. Use. So the ending sound of these words are sounded as what? Voiced. So it is used. Okay. So here we'll have some target sound practice. Played, encouraged, or you can also sound as encouraged, boiled, loved, okay, hugged, used. So once again, played, encouraged, boiled, loved, hugged, used. So this is about our topic today. Okay. So I hope that you have learned something new today. Okay. So we'll have a little bit of activity at the end right now. So walk, walked, add, added, grab, grabbed, melt, melted. Very good. Travel, traveled. Okay. I hope that you have learned some activity. We'll make sure that you learn something new. I hope that I'll see you guys in the next class. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.